Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to the deep dive. If you are ready to cut through the cosmic fog, and I mean the thickest fog to get to the truth, then you are in exactly the right place.
We have been looking at all the celestial sources for this upcoming week, and we're focusing this entire deep dive on the huge shifts happening for Pisces.
And crucially, for those of you with Pisces rising,
Yes, very important.
this is your moment, my sweethearts. And I want to pause right here because the sources all stress this.
Ugh.
Please, please track your rising sign. It's so important. It tells us where in your life all these big changes are actually happening.
And the main theme, the big headline for this December deep dive is just monumental clarity.
Clarity, I love that.
Yeah, we are tracking a huge celestial event. Neptune, which is the ruling planet of Pisces, is finally moving direct in your sign.
Finally.
It signals a complete clearing of the mist after what, for many, has felt like a really long time swimming in, well, an ocean of illusion.
Okay, so let's get into this because the history here is enormous. Neptune officially goes direct in Pisces on Wednesday, December 10th.
Right.
And for some context, Neptune first moved into Pisces way back in 2011. It's been there since early 2012. We're talking about a 13-year cycle.
A 13-year cycle coming to a head. And here's where it gets really interesting. This is the last time Neptune will station direct in Pisces for about a century and a half.
Wow. 150 years.
So this isn't just a monthly check-in. This is the final, definitive wrap-up of a massive life chapter. The big lessons from the last 13 years are being signed, sealed, and honored right now.
So if this is the end of what the sources are calling the big sleep, what does that awakening actually feel like, especially for a sign that, really thrives on fantasy and compassion?
It's like having the curtains ripped open after you've been sleeping in a totally dark room.
Oh, that's a jolt.
It's a sharp, undeniable truth. For the better part of the last 13 years, the Pisces energy has been, kind of susceptible to holding on to these hopeful visions and fantasies that, well, that just weren't real.
Right.
And now you're being forced, or maybe you're just finally willing to admit the truth, even if it's painful, or you really wish it wasn't so.
The sources were pretty direct about the psychological side of this. They kept using the term gaslighting.
Absolutely. Gaslighting is that really disorienting feeling where you're told that what you know in your gut is true is actually false.
Yeah.
And when Neptune, the planet of illusion, moves direct, the light is suddenly so bright that the illusions just, they can't hold up anymore. They just dissolve.
And it's not just about being gaslit by someone else, like a partner or a boss.
That's the other crucial layer the sources mentioned.
Yeah.
Self-gaslighting.
Oh, yeah.
It's a mechanism where you refuse to admit a truth to yourself because if you did, you'd have to fundamentally change your life.
And that change just feels too big or too scary.
Exactly. Too devastating to even think about. So maybe you've held on to a relationship or a career path way past its expiration date just out of this hopeful fantasy.
It's the cosmic alarm clock, isn't it? It's just ringing and you can't hit snooze anymore. The evidence becomes undeniable.
And that hope or fantasy might crumble, which is hard. But admitting that reality is the real game changer, it's a huge reclamation of your own identity.
So even if it feels like a loss at first, it's actually about empowerment.
Profound empowerment in the long run. This isn't just a bad week. This is a clear shift in your life's direction. It's that inner voice finally saying, okay, I am done with that lesson.
Yeah.
And moving you toward a life that is so much more real.
Built on solid ground.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about managing the emotional side of this. Pisces is mutable water. You're all so attuned to everything. Clearing this much illusionary energy has to feel intense.
It really is. And because it's such a major clearing of the fog, it's not just going to be you. A lot of people around you might feel emotionally unstable.
Oh, that's a good point.
So self-care is not a luxury here. It's like crucial maintenance. You have to crank up your boundaries and be really gentle with yourself.
But the cosmos isn't just leaving you high and dry, is it? Early in the week, there's a really beautiful alignment between Mercury and Neptune.
A supremely harmonious one, yeah. Both are in water signs, and they're both direct, which is key.
What does that mean for us, practically?
Well, Mercury is how we think, how we communicate. When it aligns so beautifully with Neptune, which is now about clarity, our ability to process that difficult truth is enhanced.
So you can actually put words to it.
You're invited to talk it out, journal about it, seek a friend's counsel. This energy helps you see the wisdom in what's happening and articulate your new reality without just getting swallowed by sadness.
It gives you a bit of grace. I love that. Now let's pivot, because not everything is flowing so smoothly. There's some serious friction happening in your professional life.
Absolutely. Mars, the planet of action and desire, is soaring high in your chart For Pisces rising, it's right up in your 10th house of career and reputation.
So Mars is screaming, go, 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 get that promotion, start that
All
project.
right, but this ambition is clashing directly with Saturn and Neptune, which are both in Pisces, in your first house of self and identity.
So it's like having your foot on the gas and the brake at the exact same time.
That's a perfect way to put it. The universe is asking you to have the maximum amount of self-belief in your ambitions right at the moment when you might be feeling the most delicate.
That's a tough ask.
It is. Mars wants urgent action, but Saturn is saying no. We have to build this properly, slowly, and acknowledge our limits.
So what happens if you just try to push through that? If you ignore Saturn's limits?
The sources suggest you're going to feel it physically,
Yeah.
like literal headaches, irritation, just feeling completely blocked. The lesson here is maturity.
Mm-hmm.
You have to recognize what you can control, which is the process and the foundation, and what you can't. You just can't rush Saturn.
So don't fight the structure, use it. Because there's a huge opportunity for a career breakthrough in here too, isn't there?
A massive one. While Mars is creating that frustration, Mercury, our planet of ideas, is also moving into that ambition sector, and it's making a really constructive link to Pluto.
Pluto, the planet of transformation.
Exactly. So the clarity from Neptune, combined with this transformative link,
Yay.
it's opening the door for some major, powerful conversations about your future.
So this isn't just small talk.
No, this is deep. This is about maybe major retraining or applying for a job that's a huge step up. It's about using skills you've been developing for years in a new, imaginative way that finally gets you noticed.
So the message is, if you feel that frustration building, just throttle back a little.
Throttle back. Focus on the manageable tasks. The breakthrough isn't about speed. It's about the deep, transformative understanding you now have.
Beautifully put. Okay, let's shift to relationships, because on Thursday we have a quarter moon in Virgo.
Right, and that's hitting your relationship sector. A quarter moon is always a point of tension, a necessary course correction.
So this is highlighting professional partnerships.
Primarily, yes, and significant one-on-one relationships. This moon is demanding that you find a balance between your evolving identity, who you are now, and how you relate to others.
So it's that classic tension of, am I trying too hard to please them based on who I used to be, or am I tuning out completely because my new truth is just too much?
It's a very delicate adjustment, and it ties perfectly into the final, really profound spiritual lesson of this whole Neptune moment.
Okay.
For 13 years, Neptune in Pisces was about finding spirituality in surrender, in acceptance. The idea that all is one.
You have to learn to let go and just swim with the current.
Yes. And this December is your last chance to really integrate that lesson of compassionate surrender.
Why the urgency?
Because the spiritual energy is about to completely change. When Neptune moves into Aries, the lesson for the next 13 years becomes about finding spirituality in exercising your will,
Wow.
in fighting for the self. It's the arrival of the spiritual warrior.
That is a tectonic shift. From oneness and surrender to the individual in the fight. It's huge. So this month is about absorbing that lesson of surrender now. Acknowledge the limits of your power, find peace, and truly realize what you can do, and then surrender the rest before you're called to pick up that sword.
My kind-hearted listeners, what a monumental end to a 13-year journey. You aren't just letting go of dreams this month, my darlings. You are awakening your truest, most authentic self to reality. So embrace the clarity you've earned. Step forward lighter, redefined, and trust the deep, real magic that is finally yours.
It's a life-defining moment. You should feel so much pride in the maturity and the insight you have gained.
We really hope this deep dive helped you clarify your path. And you know, if you had an aha moment or something in this conversation just clicked for you, we would genuinely love to hear about it. Engage with us, subscribe, leave a comment. It really does help us continue having these powerful cosmic conversations. Thank you for diving deep with us into the profound waters of Pisces. Next time, we're going to turn our lens to the next sign and explore what the stars have in store for them. Until then, walk gently in your new truth